Welcome to Project
Minty Wide Hips. Hi everyone, and welcome to Project Minty Wide Hips. The reason we're calling it Minty Wide Hips is it's minty, and you're going to see what we do to it later on. We're going to start the strip down. So it's really important what we're doing here now. We're going to strip the car down so that it's ready for paneling. Everything that comes off, every screw that comes off gets documented and gets put away into a container. We're going to put all lights away into containers, seal them up. That's it, we don't need to see none of this until we build the car back up. Most importantly, while we're stripping it, we're also looking for any screws that might not be OEM or that are different from one side to the other side. So we'll make a little note of those so we know that we've got to order some new screws in. We'll also be looking out for broken bits. So on this one, we know we've got a broken rear light lens. So we'll be replacing things like that. So it's really important for us to A, look for mismatched screws, and B, look for broken parts so we can get them ordered in now. So with no more to say, let's get going.
Phase 1, the strip down. Before we can even think about modifying the car, we need to ensure that we remove all the bumpers, all the paneling, the lights, and any other parts that need to come off in preparation for phase 2.
So removing the back light. In the back light we got a few little wiring plugs. So got one multi-plug there, one Phillips screw, and hey, a light comes out. So with that, the screw goes into a box there, the light goes into the container.
Hey Bob, so as part of the deconstruction process, how would we go about it on this 964?
So, well, everything has a sequence. So we want to take the lights out, then remove the wheels, take the bumper off. That will be the back stripped off this. At this moment, we're going to be leaving the engine lid on so that we've got something to line up the new rear wings when they go on. So with that, we'll carry on. So that's how a back bumper comes off. We're not going to deconstruct the back bumper yet because we still want to build the bumper up with the new side sections. So we'll come back to that later on. So now we're going to start taking the wheels off. We are that wheel ain't coming off. The rest of that broke in there. I want to sort of stress the risks of over tightening wheel bolts. Never over tighten. You see many garages, they go at it with the torque gun. Keep going at them. Wheel nut should be tightened to a specific torque setting. B, come over here, have a look at this. Right, so earlier on, I was taking these wheel nuts off and 3 of them had been over tightened previously. Where I thought I had undone all 3 of them, they broke in there, but then we managed to undo them. But now I'm ready to take the wheel off, and I've gone back and found why my wheel ain't coming off. So the broken ones, when they broke off, came off like this. We undone them, they snapped and snapped in half. Then I still had a little bit left on there to put my socket on there and turn it even more. So the other 2 came off like that, completely came off. My third one, which I thought did come off and now realized hasn't, has broken further. So If we go back to a wheel nut looking like that, and it broke looking like that, my third one has now snapped further, taking this section off. Here it is, found that. That's come off, leaving this shroud still in the wheel. So we're going to try a few little tricks, see if anything comes out. If not, we're going to have to start drilling it out. Drilling is going to be my last option, but at this moment I don't think I've got any other options. But we're going to try something and then see what happens.
The first hurdle of the project.
You know what? I better put my eye protection on.
Yeah.
Nathan, my optician's gonna go mad at me again.
Is that welding as well?
Yeah. Right. So she goes, "There's a lot of scarring in your left eye." She goes, "Any reason why?" Bearing in mind, this is the first time this optician's seen me. Normally, it's my other one.
Yeah.
I go, "Probably because I wasn't wearing safety goggles and working." She goes, "Okay." She goes, "From now on, can you please wear your glasses?" No, I've got some now. Oh, they're even better. I like those ones better. Right guys, after about an hour and a half of drilling, heating and just general frustration, we've got it off.
Moral of the story, don't over tight your studs.
Tell your mechanics never to over tighten your wheels. Sounds like a great idea. Tighten up as hard as you can, but trust me, you don't want to be on the side of the road doing that.
Good job, Bob.
Right, okay, back to where we should have been. So now we've moved over to the front. We're going to remove these lights, this air intake here. So again, we'll put some correct screws back in there, or we'll work out, or we'll get the correct fittings to put that back together. So we'll come back to that. That pulls forward and we move over to the other side. So for what we're doing, we're not going to need this bumper. We've got a new bumper going on. So this will either be, keep an eye on eBay, look out for a mint green 964 bumper. So now we're actually done with what we can really on the ramp. I could still take the wings off, but I'm not too stressed about that because I really want to make a start on the panel work on the back. So we're going to let the car down, get it off here and onto the jig. Reason we're going to put it onto the jig, we're going to secure it down, and it's just a nice height to be working on with the car in its natural position on all four wheels while you sort of put a quarter panel on. So let's let it down. What we're doing here, we've got one flat screwdriver on this side and we're just folding and prying this rubber round, and in a second this glass should give way and release. Here you go. So just like that, you can take a quarter glass out. And just below the quarter glass we've got this black trim that is screwed on. Sometimes they're rusted in. Here's our second problem of the day. We're gonna have to just drill that back. but it shouldn't be as bad as taking that wheel off.
Bob, it's not a project unless it has some challenges.
Well, every car has a challenge. Every job in here has a challenge. No matter what you do, whether it's taking a bumper off a brand new car, and the problem with those is that those new cars are clipped and just very, very brittle clips. They'll use them once. So you're trying your best not to snap a clip. If you do, yeah, we'd have to order new ones. But it's always nice to take things off in one piece. On something as old as this, our challenge on this is they're not clipped together, they're screwed, and nuts and bolts and rivets. And unfortunately, they've been in so long that they'll be rusted in there, they'll be seized in there. So the way around that is to unseize them or drill them out or whatever. But it's all time consuming. We don't know what we're gonna do until we've made a start.
All right, I think, Bob, that's part 1 done, right? What's left tomorrow?
So yeah, a bit more stripping down on this.
Yeah.
Reason we got it off the ramp is so that we can get the doors fully open now.
Yeah.
Start stripping the doors out. We've got it on the jig here.
Yeah.
So I can still work on the front, take the front wings off.
Makes sense.
We'll cover that in the next video.
Yeah.
But as for today and tomorrow, we want to start getting this side back wing on.
Okay.
I think that's a wrap for tonight.
I think that's a wrap for part 1.
Part 1.
So guys, if you want to stay tuned to the series, you know exactly what to do. Leave your comments below, what you're thinking so far, what's your ideas, what do you think's gonna happen next, and
Ring the ting.
they do the bell, exactly. And remember, if you like these videos, please give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And with that, thank you for your time. See you next week.
See you next week.